Hey y'all. So this is my installment of Man Crush Monday. I'm recording or may post tonight just cause like it's on my mind. So the African proverb, man, Denzel be having me December 28th when I go through those damn quotes. I be like, man, this dude, man, you are a gifted person. And then to think about all the stuff and all the help that he's given to African American people, he is the Mecca. The Mecca. The Mecca. So that's like it. Like he is like a realization to me, like beyond human. And then to think about like his family structure and all these different things and all the years that he's been in the industry and how he hasn't fell into all this different hype and all these different things. Like just such a grounded person. And he looked like he did yesterday. Like I'm serious. I look at him, I'm like, dude, you look like you did yesterday. Come on now. Stop playing. So I know I already did a show on him, though, and I always say like he's like it's like a mentor type of guy to me. Like he's like him and Eddie, it's like, man, I like that they are who they are. Or you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's like to have that experience and to come in and be able to knock it out and not end up being, because y'all not understanding how ignorant it has been to like work with some older people. You just like, what? That don't sound right. That doesn't sound right. But I have to, this is the note I'm coming in on, though, because it's that African proverb, man, if you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. And man, I understand that it's mud, but it's a different feeling for me. Okay, like going through everything and taking my son through all this bullshit or whatever, it's like, what? I'm just like, what? Huh? Who? What? No. Because I see mud as like a chance to make mud pies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's the mud I see. But no, other people could see mud as all this bullshit we've been going through, right? So it's like, yeah, now do this or whatever. It's like, no, dude, like for real. Like, that's not the mud for me. The mud for me is clay. The mud is clay. I can make bowls and shit and plates out of that motherfucker. Like, man, it's like, I don't know. So that would be hitting me different too. I'd just be like, man, come on. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. That's like the one I'm iffy about. I was like, no, fuck this, man. I don't know how to feel about this one, because people, like I say, they interpret shit different. And then they be going you to interpret it the same way. Like, nah, bitch, I don't see it like that. No. So yeah, I don't know, Denzel, man, that would be just like the greatest part of life, is just to be like working with him. I had an idea too, like, man, I think I got a good ass idea for real. Like, my ideas drive me crazy. So anyway, yeah, I think now I'm just like in this mood for writing, and I don't care. Like, I've been like pushing myself away from my computer and all this different stuff, and I wrote so much stuff and I didn't go back and look at it, but I liked how I didn't want to go back through it and be like, wait a minute, I want to change all this, because I had like all these like good ways of like expressing it and the way it came out or whatever, and like how it just led me to the computer. So now, like, and it was an anxious, like, I think it wasn't anxiety, like it was like anxiously pushing me to do it, because it was again an anxiety attack. And it's like, no, the attack was like, bitch, get this out of yourself so you can like do the best for yourself, So I wrote it, and then like now it's been a year now. So that was at the beginning of the year, and so now I'm thinking about the end of this year and where I want to be. And like last year, I went to Black Love Project. I ain't seen no man. You hear me? I'm in the land of the deserted. So that was it right there. I got a lot of like flirtations. That's nice, but not a man. Like, not the dude that I want to be. Like, not that one. That one. I am the one. So yeah, that would be nice if I just had like the one. Um, what else, man? I don't know. It's just some things that. It's just some things that I feel like, what am I doing? Some things I'm still like, some days it's still like, what am I doing? Am I doing enough? And no, because I got to a point of like where I felt like I was just like, it's like all the attention took over, like like it's like you have my attention, and now what do you do with it? And it was so, it's hard. It was hard because of everything I've been through, and that was the hardest part. Is like, listen to me. I just like, if I could have said the person, like, please listen to me. Like, you are fucking my world up. Like, I want to live to be an older person. Like, I really want to live to be, and people don't understand that trauma actually, like, fucks with your brain. Like, trauma actually will decrease your lifespan, or decrease, like, it'll also make marks and different things like that on your brain, depending on how much you've been through. And so that shit was like really fucking with me. Like, I don't think people understand when I say my brain was stopping, like, where it's like I could not have moved into the next thought. That was at first, and then sometimes then it would go into the circles, and I'm thinking, man, this has been like 5 years, like since 2014. So 2014, well, it's gonna be going on 6 years, So I don't know, like, if I could have just, and I tried that, everybody just wanted to make it into something else, like it was something funny, or it was something just extracurricularly, like good for me or whatever. It's like, nah, man, that's not what was happening. That's not what was happening at all. My brain was not functioning correctly because it was a quick release of trauma. It's like trauma every day. So these few years have not been the best for me. Everybody like, oh my God, it's a new decade and it's new. And the one thing I hope for is just to be able to get to a point where now I don't. You want to sit right here? It's like, well, now I don't have to think about how that would affect my brain or affect my health in any way, whatever, So, that's what it's been for me. It's just trying to come to a point where, first off, where I feel like anything, because I don't never want to like set goals like that, like, oh yeah, this is a new decade and now everything's gonna change. I don't think it worked like that. I just feel like if change is gonna come, it's gonna come. It doesn't have to have a date or whatever. So that was my whole thing. I just it's like now I just want to get to that point where where I just don't want to can you bring it here? I don't want to get to the point where that's where I'm at. I'm not a person of excuses. So here you go. Yeah, it get harder. So yeah, I'm not a person of excuses, and so I don't want to have. There you go, my love. Okay, so I don't want to have those excuses, like that is the excuse, because it wasn't. It was actually like an attack. It was like, because I don't like to waste time either. So, like I said, it's just like, it feels like it's time wasted. It's time that I could have been healthier, or I could have spent on being healthy, or whatever, or being there for my child. I guess the best part is that my child has learned how to cope, and could see it as something where he could have, like, where he could help other people, because he's so good at it now. Can you turn it down some? So yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, that's where I'm at right now, and I don't know how much work I got out of it. I don't know how much I achieved. I don't know until I'm able to present it into the world. And that's important to me. It's important to me to be able to get it out. So I don't know how that's gonna go, and that's like basically now that's been my new endeavor. It's like being able to take the writing to the next level, or like get it produced in some kind of way, or I do the podcast, so I'm not like big on a book right now. Like, it's not a big idea for me right now to do the book, and I know that now that I've written, that I could probably go ahead and knock the book out. I don't know if that's like a goal of mine anymore. Like, I hear it, but it's like, man, I don't know. If I did, it's like my total idea of the book will change. Like, it's like, I wanted to change it to something like more healthy, more vibalicious, just like more me. Because at first I want the book, I guess I was going to write about like my experience or whatever, going through all this stuff or whatever. But since I had started the other story, since I started the stories, I changed. You know what I'm saying? It's like my idea changed. So the book, I think, will more be based on community, just because that's something I really been, like, that's something that I really have been trying to work out. It's just like how, first off, the culture of our communities and different things like that. All this disbanding of just old ways and stuff like that. So I guess if I go through the podcast, I probably do have a book, like, with all the problems and the troubles and the issues I was having, all the different conversations I was hearing, all of the old ways that we used to go through and different things like that. I feel like I probably already got a book somewhere. But other than the book, I just I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I still want to do, I still want a TV show. Like I do. I still want a show or a movie or whatever. So, I don't know. Then I still got all my other ideas. And so I think what's happening now is, I think within this next time, I'm just going to, I already wrote down all my goals and stuff, but they somewhere in storage. So it's like, now I got to write them down again in a list or whatever. I took advice from everybody. Like, every positive person that I could take advice from. I thought, man, like, this could happen for me, and nothing happened. Like, nothing happened but like jokes and people playing with my life and stuff like that. So, I'm just not on it, man. It's hard because I'm still telling them, dude, you creating more trauma. Like, it's not even a game. It's not a game, and it's just like consistent trauma every day, consistent trauma. So, yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm just still stuck between one of, like, it's like I feel so, I don't want to feel bad for myself, but I do. I feel so bad for myself. I feel so hurt, and I feel hurt, and I feel left behind. I feel disgusted. It's like so many different things I feel, man. For somebody to think that my life wasn't my life, I feel offended. I feel underestimated. It's so many things I feel, and to be belittled, like, to the point where I would have to be squashed. That's my whole life. Squash her. That's everything I feel. She thinks too much of herself. She's this, she's that, all these different things. Jealousy and hatred. And so that's where I'm at. It's like, I'm tired of that shit, man. I wanna be able to stand in my gloriousness and have somebody else stand there and be like, yeah, she the shit. Like, this is my friend right here. I got her back. I love her. She is, whatever. It'd be nice to be appreciated once in a while. Just, I don't know. That's just it. And not to say that I haven't been. It's just that this is to have people think that they know better for me, and I've already stated that they don't. That's the part. To have people not listen, that's the part. Because I wouldn't do any of this to anybody else. That wasn't my intention. So, I don't know. I really wish I knew what it felt like, I just, man,